Roderick from Detroit, Michigan in the US, and I come to the Bologna Center via St. Petersburg, Russia, Kiev, Ukraine, and Washington, D.C. I'm a joint degree candidate with the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania for my MBA, and of course an MA candidate at SAIS. After graduating from Georgetown University School of Foreign Service in 2005, I moved to St. Petersburg, Russia, and worked there for a small private equity firm from 2005 until 2008, at which point I moved to Kiev, Ukraine, and worked on starting a small investment fund there. So when I found out that Johns Hopkins had a campus in Bologna, I was pretty excited. Bologna has this fantastic reputation as a center of learning over centuries, but I think what's underestimated is really the intellectual vitality of the place now. And it's been a fantastic place for me to be learning more about the economic interactions of the world, for example, and being able to see the EU as it works through its current financial difficulties, being on the ground. The SAIS education is invaluable to me because it gives me the ability to put what I was seeing on the ground in Russia and Ukraine into context. SAIS's location in Bologna also gives it the chance to attract faculty from all over Europe, which I've been a distinct beneficiary of, and I'm very happy to say that I'm actually going to be working for one of my adjunct professors this summer in Jackson, Mississippi on a large biomass power plant facility. So I've had professors coming from the Netherlands, from the UK, we have local Italian practitioners, we have people who know their fields, who are scattered all throughout the EU, who come into Bologna on a weekly or bi-weekly basis to teach us, which we otherwise wouldn't have access to, which is a tremendous asset for us here. We had Mario Draghi, who's the head of the European Central Bank, come speak. We have Romano Prodi, who is a resident of Bologna and former Prime Minister of Italy, and also, I should add, an avid cyclist. He's come and given his perspective several times on the evolution of the EU and where he sees the Union moving in the future. So I think the intellectual vitality of Bologna as a city is something that we really benefit from as students here. So my typical day in Bologna begins either with a run or a bike ride, just to wake myself up, get outside the city and see some green space for a bit. Italy's known for turning out great cyclists. You have the Giro d'Italia, which actually occurs every spring, every May in Italy, and sometimes passes through Bologna. But the real asset to a cyclist of this city is the fact that you have these beautiful hills right outside Bologna. Really, Tuscany begins right outside the city walls here to the south. So the people of Bologna are also one of the city's greatest assets. They take a lot of pride in the city itself, and I was lucky to meet up with a local cycling group called the Ravonese Bologna earlier on in the year, who showed me a lot of my favorite spots out in the hills outside of Bologna. And I'd say they're more of an eating club with a cycling problem, given the fact that they go out into the hills and they have these fantastic long meals and then bike back to the city. But it's very leisurely and very social. And I can envision myself coming back to Bologna in years to come, always eager to share a meal here with friends or go for a bike ride up in the hills. I'm going to be working with a friend this summer from the Bologna Center, and I really see these as bonds that are being built not only for the immediate future and for my time back at SAIS in Washington, but for life. When spring comes here, everyone's excited about it. Everyone's ready for it. You have more people in the streets, more people getting out into the hills, and it's green. It's beautiful.